Imagine this. It's the 1930s. There's no TikTok, no YouTube, not even TV. The radio is king. It's not just a source of news, it's entertainment, connection, and for advertisers, it's a golden ticket straight into your home. And here's the kicker. What made radio ads so effective back then is the same strategy marketers use to this day: repetition. But let me ask you something. How many times have you caught yourself humming a jingle or thinking of a tagline, and you can't even remember where you heard it? That's not an accident. You see, in the age of radio, marketers discovered something profound. If they repeated a message often enough, it would stick in your brain like glue. Back then, radio shows were sponsored by brands. You didn't just listen to your favorite programs. You listened to Colgate Comedy Hour or the Lucky Strike Hit Parade. The ads weren't just commercials, they were woven into the fabric of your daily life. And here's the wild part. Studies have shown that repeated exposure to ads doesn't just make you remember them. It blurs your perception of where you even heard them. Play a catchy slogan or jingle over and over on the radio, and suddenly, people start feeling like that brand is everywhere. It's called the mere exposure effect. The more you hear something, the more you trust it, even if you don't know why. Sneaky, right? But it wasn't just the repetition, it was the intimacy of radio. Unlike billboards or newspapers, radio came directly into your home. It felt personal. When a trusted radio host told you about a product, it felt like a recommendation from a friend. Suddenly, products weren't just things, they became part of your identity. The radio didn't just sell soap or cereal, it sold lifestyles, dreams, and belonging. Think about it, brands like Coca-Cola, Kellogg's, and Procter & Gamble became household names during the radio era. They were pioneers, crafting the first mass markets. And it all worked because of one simple truth. If you hear something enough times, you believe it. Even today, the same principle applies. Whether it's a TikTok sound, a YouTube ad, or yes, even a podcast sponsorship, repetition is how brands get into your head. So the next time you catch yourself singing a jingle or repeating a tagline, stop and think, how did it get there? And just like back then, someone, somewhere, planned for it to stick. If you want to explore more of the clever ways marketing shapes your world, subscribe to Behind the Ads. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for listening, and be careful what you let stick.